Crews at the Key Bridge are making progress in removing some of the 4,700 containers from the Dolly, the cargo ship that slammed into the bridge 2 weeks ago. They started lifting them off over the weekend and will continue doing so this week, weather permitting. Their next step is removing heavy pieces of the bridge on that ship.
The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers said the 50,000 tons of steel and concrete debris is the equivalent of 3,800 fully loaded dump trucks. In addition, responders are continuing to look for victims, the 3 bodies of construction workers who were filling potholes on the bridge when it fell into the Patapsco River.
Meanwhile, today, not only is Governor Moore set to sign the Port Act helping thousands impacted by the bridge collapse, he's heading to D.C. as well.
Alexis Davila is on your corner in Dundalk. Alexis, what can we expect from local leaders today?
Well, Governor Wes Moore, along with Maryland lawmakers, will be kicking off this morning by heading to D.C., where they're going to speak with those lawmakers to talk about how they can move forward with the recovery efforts, but by securing funding first. With that being said, though, we know on a local scale here, we're going to see some funding this way because the Port Act will be signed into law today. Now, the Port Act will be helping about 150,000 port workers and businesses who are feeling the financial pressure from the impacts of the bridge collapse. The measure would temporarily pay the wages of port workers and cover the payroll for impacted businesses. It would also ensure incentives for companies to return to the Port of Baltimore once it fully reopens, which hopefully will be by the end of May. Mayor Brandon Scott, along with the executives from Baltimore and Anne Arundel counties, released a joint statement saying that they applaud the passage of the Port Act. They say the port drove about $3.3 billion in annual personal income, but in the letter they partly say we must recognize that the full impact of the port's closure on the lives of our neighbors is immeasurable. But the effort doesn't stop there. We're expecting later this morning around 11:30 to get an update in D.C. from our lawmakers about what they're discussing with the D.C. lawmakers in terms of how to move forward with these recovery efforts. We're hoping to hear more about that update again at 11:30 later this morning. Reporting live, I'm Alexis Davila for WJZ.